Today I want to give you lots and lots of ideas for all kinds of products that you could make. There may not be quite a million in here, but there are a shed load. This is all about how do you get your expertise out of your brain and into your products and start selling it differently. Especially, let's get rid of that old model of selling your time for money and make products instead.
Could you curate something for your clients? One great way to get going with products is to just curate a set of resources. They don't even have to be your resources, but because of your expertise, you're able to know whether they're good resources or bad resources and give an array of different resources. So this could be a book full of website links with a little bit of commentary. So that big list of resources you can sell as a big book or as a library of resources, and you could put that together very quickly and get it out there. As a tripwire or small product, that's a very quick way to get started. And it's something that can run and run. Once a year, you update it. There you go. One of my clients has a library of resources that she's created that she offers as an upsell to her bespoke work. So she offers her service and she says, oh, you can also have this so that when we've finished, you've got ongoing access to the library. That's really nice and creates a recurring income stream for her long after she's finished her engagement with the client. So your products can come at the beginning and at the end. If you have specialist knowledge, you could create a very niche guidebook. Maybe this is a consumer product and you're selling a guidebook of the best paintings and where to see them in New York. So it's for art lovers who are going to New York. And you could niche that even further and have the best modernist paintings in New York. By selling that to a global audience, there's probably millions of people who go to New York every year, and you're just looking at the subset of those people who are into modernist paintings, and you're selling a niche guidebook. If that's your area and you know those museums and you know modernist painting really, really well, that one would be a joy to create. Maybe your products offer your customers the opportunity to be part of something. This is a very human need. We all need to be part of something. You could be offering access to a community of like-minded people. I have a client who does this for knitters and has knit-alongs and a community where there has a large group of people who are all knitting her patterns. Works really, really well. Think about how you could create a community. This could be done through a membership site, or it could just be a bunch of emails and offering people the chance to have a drop-in now and again. If you have something that's very desirable, you can create a membership product itself. If you have some resources or some assets that other people don't readily have, you can charge money for membership so that people can use that. An obvious example of this is my Tate Gallery membership card that allows me premium access. I can just walk in and see any of the paid exhibitions for free at any time. And I get a nice warm feeling of being part of the Tate and supporting what they're doing. You could have digital assets or access to particular groups of people that ordinary people wouldn't have. How can you create a community or a membership around that? What have you got up your sleeve that people would pay money to go and see or pay money to spend time with? And can you create a community, help people to be part of something by creating a movement? This could be people who all want to take action on something, all want to be part of something to make some change in the world. Can you do something which is membership based on what people want to have as part of their impact? And ideally, that would be the impact that you want to create in the world as well. This could be political, it could be something environmental, whatever it is. but there could be something that is within that you help to move forward. Or it could just be something for fun. People who want to be part of something because they identify with it in some way. If you're really into board games, there's a whole community of people out there who like playing board games, and that's part of their identity. Maybe not the main part, but it's part of what they do. What can you create for those people? Think about who you want to serve, what they all have in common, and how you can bring them together. Giving people the feeling that they're part of a movement can also be a really powerful marketing move. You've got all of this knowledge and expertise into your head. Can you teach people how to do something? Teach them some of that knowledge and expertise. This could be through all sorts of different courses that you could run. Live courses, recorded courses, group programs, different ways that you could do that. You could run workshops, you could run work-alongs. One of the courses that I once took was mostly made up of what they called over-the-shoulder lessons. And what we did was everybody got together for a live session, and we watched somebody who was an expert do something on screen, and they explained their thinking behind what they were doing at the time. Can you imagine if you were a great painter and you were able to explain your thinking behind how you put the oil on the brush or some technique and what's going through your head, surfacing that to making it conscious? This isn't just for products for consumers to learn nice things like oil painting. It could also be somebody who's really expert in doing Facebook ads and showing people the decisions that you make and why you make those decisions, the tricks of your trade. That could be even more powerful than a course, or it could be an introductory product that then takes people onto your course. Or it could be your introductory product which takes people onto your course that you haven't built yet, but you're trying it out and building your list. See? Mix and match. Get clever with this. You're also teaching people something if you're running a very specific tutorial on something very technical. If you're putting together a workbook to educate people, to show people how to do it, and taking them through that process so that they can do it for themselves. And the power hour, the productized service idea, that can also be to teach somebody something. I have many tricky problems that I would quite like somebody who knows how to do that thing, who is an expert in that field, and I would just love to have an hour of their time so that they show me how to do it. That would cut short my learning curve tremendously. They already have been through that many, many times. Can I just get an hour of their time? Yeah, I'll pay some money for that, no problem. What can you take from your expertise and package it up so that people can get part of that for themselves? This is also incredibly satisfying, where you start seeing people being able to do something for themselves. You see people learning, you see people's enthusiasm, and you see what it leads to. It's brilliant. Going back to our productized services, what can you make for people? Productized services might be designing something for somebody, like an infographic, and you have a productized service. The boundary is that we just do infographics. That's fine. Or you just do e-commerce enabled Squarespace sites and you've got a template and you can get people online accepting transactions really, really quickly. No problem. Can you do a recurring productized service of something like copywriting or content generation? There are lots of people who are doing this at the low end, so you need some competitor research with this. I had one client who was paying £25 a month per blog, and he got 3 of them every month. Just terrible. Obviously, the people who were doing that weren't really making any money either, and he wasn't truly being served. But what can you do that is a very specific sort of content, a data-driven blog, or a keyword optimized blog, or a blog in a specific area, like medical science, that you know about, you have in your area of expertise, and you can write about. You see how we push the ladder up from 25 quid crappy version up to something that you can be charging hundreds and hundreds of pounds for every month. That's a nice productised service then. Could you be producing images for blogs? Could you be putting together audio versions or video versions to go with people's blogs? Can you put that together for them as a productised service? This could be a really nice way of doing it. Lots of people want these things, feel that they should have them on their websites, but they don't want to do it themselves, or they don't have time to do it themselves. What can you come up with? And could your product simply be prompting people to take action? Us humans are not very good at establishing new habits, whether it's at work or in our personal lives. What could you do that is a nice, simple service where you prompt people to take action? And that is the main purpose and how you're serving your customer. This could be that you're doing a report for people on their progress, something that has some customer data in it, or is reacting to the external environment. And you're sending them that report along with some actions and recommendations. This could be a monthly or quarterly thing that you do for people, so some nice recurring income within that. The recommendations build on one another. You can template all of this, and you can even be giving the same information or the same report to people, but with slightly different recommendations for each one. So it's just a little bit productized. And can you come up with something that has a really simple reminder mechanism for it? And people are signing up and paying you money for just reminding them to use something. This could be as simple as a WhatsApp message that says, Julia, you need to go and do X that you committed to doing, and I see that you haven't done it yet. Can you do it? So you see how that works. It's not just blanketing me with a message as you might have with a simple automation. It's checking, have I done it? Have I ticked that thing off? If not, I get the message. This video, along with the product format guidebook, gives you lots and lots of options for products. Your job now is to take your notes, watch the video again if you want to, go through it, take some more notes, mull it over, start brainstorming. What could you do? What could you do within all of this? And while you're doing that, I'm just going to add in one extra layer of complexity here. Start thinking about the products that you could make, but what also could you do, which are combinations of those products? How can you combine them together in a bundle or in a hierarchy so that people buy one and then they buy another? What can you do that is a recurring income? What could you do that is the premium version of one of those products? What could you do where it's an upsell? So when somebody buys product A, you can automatically offer them product B. Get thinking, get brainstorming. Love to see what you come up with. Want to learn more about the art of productizing your expertise? There are new videos here every week. Here are a couple of good ones to get you going.